I am Hamlet.
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 Delaware Shakespeare Festival spoke with several local public figures to learn of their connections to Hamlet's "What a Piece of Work is a Man" speech. In this speech, Hamlet tries to explain to two friends his current downcast mental state and how it's impacting his feelings about the world and mankind.
When he talks about, he almost talks about man he does. He talks about it as a piece of work, as an art, as an artifice, as a construction. Right. And I think that's an interesting place to put yourself.
I am a son of a minister, and there was an old minister that came to the church I attend here, Central Baptist Church, during a revival, and he spoke about how men get in conflict with each other. And he said, in Genesis creation, he says man is created out of dust. Mm-hmm. So he says we have these conflicts, and you're one pile of dust talking and arguing with another pile of dust. And so that just struck me back.
I think the desperation and the lack of faith in humanity is something that is a relatable human emotion, especially when people go through significant trials, tribulations, or a loss.
What resonates with me is sometimes I become frustrated with how our society behaves towards one another and how how we maintain our relationship with the world around us, with our environment. Sentiments in that speech of just frustration with man in general is something that I've felt before.
For me, it resonates from that, just in terms of just valuing just life itself, and valuing the beauty of this country, this world, nature, and all of the diversity that rolls in it.
I find it very ironic and prophetic. When he talks about the sky, this beautiful canopy, the air, and he says, to me it's a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. Well, take a deep breath.
But what's even more directly connected to this is to play a piece that has real emotional impact and value, and yet you remain unmoved. And I think that happens to everybody who makes art with any kind of frequency, is that sometimes your tires are low. You're just out of step. And it never feels very nice. And you can't wait for the next opportunity where you can really kind of click in.
You see all of the negatives and sometimes you see them magnified more so than the average person. And there are definitely times when you become I feel like a little bit cynical about people or situations, because you never look at things for face value. It always has to be, well, what's the angle? When you're in that public sphere, you get calloused a little bit because you face so much criticism, more than the average person, but you get calloused a little bit, and you lose that sense of connection with other people.
We are the watchdogs of the community, and so there can be an occasion where we're sitting down having a chat, but if that person I'm having a chat with is someone that is involved in something that is concerning to our community, we're going to report on it. So yeah, I see all the different dynamics, if you will. But it's our job to be the stewards of this community.
Oh, well, yeah, we deal with the public. And and the vast majority of times, we deal with so many wonderful people and very interesting. We serve a very broad spectrum of individuals. Right. And, you can meet just about everybody here. And so, yeah, it's not boring.
Especially in court, because you see folks at a moment in time, even kids, as resilient as some of the kids in foster care are, you'll see them acting out or going through some of these kind of things. My mother's left me, my father's in prison, I can't get a sense of motivation, can't get themselves, and can't get the joy out of things that they enjoy.
My band is Mad Sweet Pangs, and we've played a lot of shows where we'll take a set break between two sets, and during that time, people who are enjoying our music and we're just there to have a good time and to dance and to spread good energy, they kind of go outside for a moment, and other people fill their place, and then we'll go back on stage for second set and find that the people that didn't realize that we were playing just kind of like start making fun of us. But yeah, it's really interesting that juxtaposition between people who are there just to have a good time and to be positive, and people who seem to get some satisfaction of bringing other people down. And so definitely I've seen that.
Rosenstern and Gildan stance.
Everyone always has a hidden agenda with me.
So, yeah.
That I know. That I know. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, sitting in this seat.
I'll tell you what did hit me about that just is how we ask kids to do that, or folks in the system, because you've got very personal things that are going on, and you meet the kid or you meet the litigants, and they have some understanding of what your position is, but to be able to share these personal kind of, it's difficult, but some folks do it.
As a songwriter and a singer in a band, I've written songs about very, very personal matters and things that I wouldn't feel comfortable necessarily having a conversation about with total strangers, but then it's packaged in such a way in the medium of a song where then it for some reason it becomes comfortable to disclose this to an audience of total strangers.
I hurt my hip, so I couldn't run, and I never realized how much running, they not far, 20 minutes, half hour, just sweating, and I couldn't do that for a while. And I go to the pool, and I like to swim, but that's not the same as getting out and running.
It's my family. And again, I'm blessed. My husband and I work together. We spend the whole day together. You would think we get tired of each other, but we don't.
My family.
Your family.
Yeah, the bottom line. I have a very strong family support.
My relationships with my friends, my relationships with the people that I'm close to, that ability to, when you have those moments, I'm definitely a people person, so I need to like talk my way through it, and I need that listening ear.
Hanging out with my beautiful wife, playing music, either by myself or with my friends. For me, the anecdote to feeling depressed is creativity.
I think it's the same thing that gets Hamlet out of it. I think that focusing on the art and the craft is really helps you get back on track, because more often than not, being off track is the result of having lost sight of what it really is that you're doing. And I think if you can focus exclusively on that, I think the other things fall away. So I think if you can shed the other junk and focus really on the art and on the craft, I think you find yourself back there, get yourself back on track. And that's why I think he's happy about the actors, because I think he knows that too. I think from a standpoint of the people putting the play on, I think Shakespeare appreciated that fact.
I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all of my mirth, forgone all customs of exercise.
And indeed, it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory.
This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave overhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire.
Why? It appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors.
What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel.
In apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world, the paragon of animals, and yet, to me, what is the quintessence of dust? Man delights not me.
Now there's only, what, another 3 hours and 58 minutes of lines to learn?